What up, though? Welcome to another episode of On the Rocks. It's your boy B. Sitting next to me, I have the privilege of having our first. I am lying. No, I'm not lying. This is our first DJ for this season. So, what up, Roger?
How you
In
doing?
the building, my boy Black Lion son. Um, Yo, if you have not poured yourself a drink by now in anticipation for the show, I strongly suggest you do so. We're about to dive into some shit as we normally do. We have this week a drink of the week. We have this week a few topics that we are going to hit on that a lot of people have been discussing and talking about, and in terms of the industry, especially on your side when it comes down to sound systems, and the things that you do on your end. But more in depth, I just want to allow you the opportunity to speak your mind on the business same way, because not everything is all peachy that people think it is. You know what I mean? So, to start off, what we do is we play this game, break the ice. It's called Would You Rather, right? So the game is called Would You Rather. You pick one or the other. Before we do that, we're gonna break the ice by having the drink of the week.
Sounds good.
So, you guys get your hands on this Capsize Bermuda's brand new alcohol company has graced us with a gift of lemon drop and what got whiskey. Check them out on the gram. That's Capsize Drink. We guys are gonna try it out. I've never had it. I went Harbor Night last night, and I let some people try it. I was gonna try it, and I was like, no, I'm gonna wait for the live show for me to try it. What you like, whiskey or the lemon drop?
Let me get the lemon drop.
The lemon drop. That's you, my boy. Big shout out going out to Nocturno in the building. What you dealing with? You want the whiskey or the lemon drop? The lemon drop. I'm on whiskey tonight. Oh my dirt. All right. Yes. Keep the cooler cool. All right. Capsize. I'm got the whiskey. You got the lemon drop.
Lemon drop.
All right. The sea venture was. Oh, this is history. Okay. With the ingredients.
It's great brand.
If you have not poured yourself a drink by now, I strongly suggest you do so. Cheers, my boy.
Cheers.
Let's see this thing out. Oh,
This,
okay.
this is good.
You like that?
Yeah, I like this.
Brody, whiskey? I need a 6 pack of this right away.
I need this.
Bro, a 6 pack of the whiskey? You're tipsy. Actually, you know what? They blast me. They blast me. Sure. Yeah, they did blast me. They'll be at Harbor Night next week, and I believe from henceforth they'll be at Harbor Night as well. But you can check them on the gram. It's Capsize Drink. All right, Bermuda's newest alcohol company, bruh. The tin is decent. The labeling is decent.
Yeah.
I like the name. Um, I like the brand. It's got ginger in it. This says 2 shots per can, 12% alcohol. And
Yeah.
this is no the true story. This is exactly how parties start.
We're gonna need some of this.
We're definitely gonna need some. Big shout out to Capsize. I think we need to. We're gonna have to sit down. They're cracking it good, bro. Bro, they are cracking it good. I am telling you guys what God loves. They are cracking it good. Big shout out going out to Capsize. We're gonna get you on. We're gonna get you on there. Um, I sort of feel like we need to do like a live, live show with them. Yeah, like straight off our first ever live show, like where we got like the real audience. Normally normally we got people in the background sitting off, they give their response the same way. Tonight is just us. Oh good, so good. But the live show, I think we need to get these guys. Capsize, big shout out to you. Yeah.
It's
Drink
good.
of the week.
Okay, it sounds smooth.
Yes.
No after.
Yeah, I'm not getting
going.
nothing. Yeah,
Yeah, it's going once it's.
that's a nice hit, man. That's a nice hit. Big
Shout out
shout
to
out to
Capsize.
Capsize. Wow. All right. Game is called Would You Rather. Now that I'm at a little drinking, that's ah, that's hidden. All right, so you have to pick one or the other. No real in between. I'm gonna try to make it as clear cut as possible. All right. Um, ooh. Would you rather be the richest person in the world or have a superpower of your choice?
Take your superpower.
Superpower. Mike, what are you saying? Would you rather be the richest person in the world or have any superpower of your choice? Any superpower of your choice. Just one. Yeah, I'll take the superpower myself. Feel free to answer in the chat. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend that we are live because they didn't like and subscribe, so they're missing out. All right. All right. Would you rather? We done that one. Would you rather? That was like one of the first ones I saw too. That was pretty wicked. Um, I'm gonna say that for last. Would you rather watch a comedy or would you rather watch a horror?
I'll take the comedy.
Comedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've asked something similar to this. I'm a horror guy, only because I find them funny. Like I find horrors to be
Got
fucking
six.
hilarious.
Got 6 sense of humor.
Yeah, well, I'm a production guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm a production guy at heart, so I love to see how things are done behind the scenes, right? So, sitting watching a horror, knowing that somebody's getting cut, chopped, or whatever the case may be, I'm all into the graphics and the way that they do it, right?
Yeah.
And so I like to watch the actors and be like, that was piss poor act. Like I find fun in critiquing the actor. So I mean, as much as I would like as much as I like a comedy, but yeah, for me, a horror is just they try to put so much effort into getting the visuals shit right, and I'm the type of guy that just watches for mistakes or how people really do act, if they're really good actors or not. That's just who I am. Um, yeah. Would you rather eat nothing for 3 days or eat the same meal for a month? Nothing at all for 3 days, which you can survive off of.
Yeah, I can survive. I'll take the 3 days.
Or the same meal for a month. You can't eat the same meal for a month, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
No.
I can eat the same thing for a month, man. I eat a bowl of cereal every fucking day.
I need some variety.
Yeah, I mean, I do. But it's only a month. I mean, if you was putting money on it, then I'll probably, yeah. But I can do both. But if money was
money always changes.
Money always changes the situation.
Yeah,
all right.
definitely.
This is my last one. Would you rather change jobs every few years or keep one job for the rest of your life?
Ooh. That's a good one.
Yeah, there are people who switch jobs because they just have to.
Yeah,
they feel like they can't stay in one place. Some people switch jobs obviously because they want the growth and they're not getting it, so on and so forth, whatever the reason may be. But to have the one job, that's what it was, right?
Yeah.
One job for the rest of your life, bro. You better love the shit out of what it is you do.
Yeah, we have to be.
You better be the boss. And I mean, there are people who have one job for their whole life.
Yeah, we have something that I really like.
Yeah.
Not love, but like.
I think for me, if I was to say I'm gonna take one job for the rest of my life, it has to be something that I know is gonna be productive for me and anybody else around me. Like I can't just keep doing it and not see progress. That's me.
So I think I will go with the
change jobs every few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm sort of that type of right now, realistically, I've moved jobs over the past couple of
Yeah,
years,
but
right? And there's nothing wrong with it. But if I could keep the same job that I know that I'm responsible for production, like
right.
progress, not production, but progress, yeah, let me get
So what
that.
you're saying, you rather want the challenge? Is the
We
challenge?
are, we are. I'll keep doing if the job's enjoyable and I can continuously see progress or create progress and yeah, be paid for doing it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's something I'm that type of person. I'll do that. Yeah.
I mean,
That's would you rather. Feel free to send us your would you rather. You can hit us up on the gram, and that's on .d.rocs. All right. Yo, this drink is really. I'm trying to let it like, bruh, on a hot day,
it's good.
put this thing, honey give, honey give, capsize give me soda, bro. You got listen. Capsize people need to order like 5 containers right now. 5 containers of yeah. Serious.
Yeah, it's
Two
smooth.
2 containers of lemon
Smooth.
drop, 2 containers of whiskey, and half of both. Send them 5 containers of this stuff. It's really nice. Really, really nice.
We're gonna need this.
Oh,
I'm
not
like,
mariners. Ooh, jeez. I tell you what, I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but since you already said it, you mentioned number. Watch out for the promo coming. We got a big promo coming with Capsize, so big shout out to them. Honestly, real big shout out to them. So we got a nice promo coming out with these guys. So watch out for more from them. Yeah. All right. Moving along. Normally, what I would do is give you an off the rock story. I don't have one. So much happened between the last time we were live and no, that it's just it's hard to believe. People read the paper, read the news, and believe pick the bones out of what it is that's going on this island, or land, ladder land, in the world. Right? That's off the rocks.
yeah.
Have you seen the second season of Hustler's Paradise?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
It's out. It's out. I binge watched. I've binge watched. Um, I've binge watched it, and episode one I like. Episode two, it's all right. Getting closer to the end, I not necessarily got lost, but I'm just I feel like certain people who were playing roles in it became comfortable in a sense, whereas you were too comfortable to not play your role correctly. Again, I'm a production guy. I watch from the beginning to the end how your acting is. Like that's I and I just feel like closer to the end, a lot of the acting started to fall off. I don't know whether or not it was a rush or what was. I can't speak for it. I'm happy that it got put out because it was a long time in the making. Right? Was it 3 years? Yeah, so almost 4 years since the first season, right? Um, and so I was happy that it came out. I was happy to actually sit and watch it. So that's another big shout out going out to HP. You guys, when you get a chance, once you're done watching us, go over and put that on your in your queue to watch
Yeah.
on YouTube. That's
Made me want to
Hustler's
watch it now.
Paradise. No, real
Yeah.
shit. It's a nice watch. It's a nice watch. Yeah, it's a good watch. Especially season one, I thought was really really decent. Like it was a great watch. I actually at that time when it even came out, it's a great watch. Watching season two now, it's just like I've actually watched it 3 times over. Season two, I watched it 3 times. First time I watched it as the typical Bermudian, right? That guy can't even do it. Like, you know how we are. Like, you know how we are. We're just fucking critiquing everything, but that's fucking whack. And why these guys look like that? Like, why are they acting like this? And then the second time, I watched it back just to, really catch the storyline and try to get into it, right? And the third time to pretty much watch the acting. But
I gotta watch
yeah.
it. Gotta shout out to my boy. Omar still up in there.
Omar. Omar.
He was in. Which one he was in? Where's that Belka? Shut up with my boy Omar.
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
How to see if it's on? Is he on that series stuff?
Who's that?
Omar.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't.
Gotta check. Gotta check to see if it's on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This nigga says I'm drunk. Mercy. Not yet, man. Not yet. If you have not poured yourself a drink by now, I strongly suggest you do so.
It's capsized.
It's capsized.
Capsized.
Yeah, it's capsized. Yeah, Hustler's Paradise was a good, decent watch actually. It was pretty decent to watch. So if you're looking for something to watch, um, like and you're like me, who I pay for YouTube, so I didn't have no ads, no cut offs. I was able to watch the whole thing. It's on their YouTube. It's on YouTube, and it's on a page. I can't remember if it's Hustlers Paradise TV or something. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but go check that out. It's definitely on YouTube. If you type in HP Season 2, Hustlers Paradise Season 2, it should come up. Just follow it, and it should come up. All right, business, bro.
Yes.
How long have you been in business? In the music business?
In the music business?
Yeah.
I've been in the music business since I want to say 13.
Okay.
13, 14.
Okay. What got you into the music business?
I started out after school.
Mm.
A West Side Road. They had little Charles Swan and these guys had a little shed they used to play music at.
Mm.
So I used to be like, tell my mom, I'd be like, yo, I'm going over there, he'll play some music. Right? She didn't know they were smoking weed.
Okay.
Right? She didn't know they were smoking weed.
Right.
So that's why I had to be on the line.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So they were like, yeah, you want to play? So I liked it. That's starting off with rackets.
Right. Yeah.
That's where I started to. And then I started leveling up where we my uncle Levi and his son was always into music. So that's where Black Roots came around.
Got you.
Lifting amps down to cut cut match morning, lifting amps. And then I was like guys like Dady and others, they used to have a little song called Full Force and they had Stardust, Stardust, right? Shout out to Reed.
Yes.
The promoter.
Yeah.
Right? So, they had a little thing, So then afterwards, I was hanging around Twirly a little bit, Shout out, rest in peace, Twirly.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then I started around to Black Lion. Just started from the beginning, basically.
Right.
From right up to playoffs days. Right? Then it's just progressed after that.
After that, just took off.
It just took off like
gig after gig after gig.
Gig after gig.
Yeah. So in terms of gigs now, were you ever what would you consider, or what was you starting off? When you started off, what did you consider yourself? A clashing song or just a party song?
Well, if Black Lion started off with Foundation, so I started playing more worldly music. So I was able to, how could I say? I was able to venture in that. So it's more, I really never really thought about clashing too much, which we were able to. But, I enjoy playing music.
Right. Right. So in terms of like grabbing music back in Cleo's days, what did you have to do? Like what did that consist of?
Oh, that consists of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting music. back then?
The same sort of, how could I say, in a way, animosity that was going on back then, that is happening now. It was just a little different.
Gotcha.
So you went to Up City,
Right.
right? And basically, you had to know somebody there
Gotcha.
in order to get the hottest songs.
Gotcha. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you was a regular guy, you're playing regular music.
Yeah.
But if you was a guy that had a cousin that worked out the back,
Right. Yeah. 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 Okay.
you got that ray of props.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And you got
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I've got you. Fair enough. Fair enough. You compared that to the way things are going now, and um, I find and see that you're pretty booked a lot yourself. Um, what's your take in terms of the ratio of DJs that we have on this island to the amount of gigs that they could be booked out to?
Well, I mean, my thing was always, I realized that if you get a regular gig, it's kind of better than the hustling part of it, because the hustling part of it is a good thing, and some DJs get booked, over and over and over, but it ain't nothing like regular money.
Gotcha. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed money ain't nothing like guaranteed money.
Right.
So I've been able to survive as a DJ, as getting those regular gigs where it's like, okay, even if people come or don't come, you're still getting paid. And then you can venture off, because it's like building a foundation.
Right.
So basically, you build that foundation, you're able to launch and say, okay, I can go over there, I can go over her,
right,
and you still have something to come back to.
So, do you find yourselves, or do you find yourself, when it comes on to, let's talk about genre, when it comes down to playing music and being versatile for different gigs and different events, how challenging is that for you?
Not at all. I mean, because I was playing like places like Snooker Park, and it was hot, and it was one hot. It was that little hot. It wasn't no.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So being around you, and then being around doing a lot of tourist stuff. I mean, some summers I didn't even play for Bermudians. I played for staff parties on the boats and stuff like that. So you wouldn't see me at certain venues, or I wouldn't even worry about the venues because I'm making my money over here.
Yeah.
Right. So meeting people from all around the world, you're able to, say, okay, let me go over here. Let me go over here.
Find this experience.
Yeah. And then you start loving the music because they're sharing you music that you didn't know that was popular.
Yeah. I think as a DJ, that's a humbling experience, right? Knowing that there's other music out there, but really understanding the passion that culture has for that type of music, makes it a big difference when you're playing it, because you understand the passion that they have for it. You're able to mix it with that same type of passion, that drive that makes them want to, dance and party and recommend you to keep playing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when it comes down to gigs, right? And I know you pretty much reside at Wooders.
Right.
When it comes on to other gigs, do you find that I want to move and talk a lot about, or a bit about, promoters and people promoting certain things that require DJs, right? Whether it's a stage show or just a regular party. Do you feel that the promoters are in touch and in tune with the music community that's here, or you think that they're just throwing their money into investing their money into a stage, buying them, paying somebody for a box, they're selling tickets. Why do you think that the promoters are? What is your honest opinion on the promotional people on this island? I mean, people who are in that business from a DJ's perspective.
From a DJ's perspective,
yeah.
All right. First, promoters want to make money, right? And sometimes the money overcomes what the people want. So, yeah, there's a lot of promotions out there, and sometimes I know you and everybody else looks at the promotions and says, "Why?"
On a regular basis.
On a regular basis. And I mean, I've been on promotion side, and I do understand the promotion side. I mean, I'm a guy that if I wake up tomorrow and I want to do something, I do it, right? And I've worked with people, and I'm like, they came up with an order, and I'm like, why? Why would you even do that? And that's the engineer from a DJ point, like that's that's
I think part of, and I want to break it down so that the audience can really grasp what we're saying for those who may not even understand. The question of why are you doing that sometimes can be, why are you doing that at this time? Right? Why are you doing it at this place? Right? Why are you doing it at? Let's take for example, and I honestly could give two shits what anybody thinks. Let's take for example the fucking no competition major at competition that's going on this weekend. Right? Excuse me for 2 seconds while I just speak my mind.
Hold on. Just say that again.
The no competition major at competition. That's what I'm gonna fuck with. That's what I'm gonna call it. But why is it at Garrison? Why? It's at Garrison Field. Why?
Wow. Like St. George.
We're on parking. By the time, let's just say, all right.
Where is Garrison Field?
RA, the field, Garrison Field right there. Old St. George's Sack.
Oh, yeah.
Garrison Field, right there where the cars and the goats run loose.
Yes.
Right? Why? Where am I parking? By the time PHC Alin gets there to fucking perform, there's no parking spots. You mean to tell me you're going to get every major act group that performed 24 for me to come down there and perform? Where am I parking, bro?
Why don't they just have it on the stadium?
Not even.
Did they have it somewhere else?
Not even. Maybe because you have to pay. I don't know.
Did they have somewhere else?
It used to be at White Hill, remember?
Yeah.
Remember they used to have it at White Hill? Okay. Let's go a step. Now, you got Whitney, who has a field and parking space. You have let's just say for example you want to throw some money at somebody and just ask Summersfield to use their field. That's a good spot. Let's come a little further up and let's say, don't we have a national park called Botanical Gardens where they have a big ass horseshoe with a ring where people can park their vehicles, same way they did for the egg show, walk up the fucking hill, go into the arena and watch them perform the same way they done the Gombe competition a few years back. Why the fuck is it at Garrison?
That's a good.
Anyway, I don't mean to take from. But promotion, when you're doing shit, like when you do they not take this type of stuff into consideration? Like what? For me, it was just where am I parking, right? But not only that, now I'm gotta come all the way to St. George's. I love St. George's as much as people. Bermuda's not far. St. George's is just down the road, but it's still wide on there. Yes, they say vendors will be. Where you put the vendors? Where you put the vendors?
Yeah.
Then you mean to tell me you got I think it's a kids in, so then you're talking generators and there's no electricity. There's no I don't know if they have what are the lights? I don't know if they have floodlights. They may have two. They may have one or two. It starts at 6. Sun goes down. That's the east. Sun will be down maybe 7. Something.
It's dark down there.
It's dark.
It's dark down there.
Like, it's dog, man.
Bro, I'm not the promoter. I'm not the promoter. What I am trying to say is these are the things that people who do promotions don't fucking think about
Yeah.
Yeah.
or take into consideration. You know what I mean? So this is why I wanted to just
Right.
get your take on.
Well, it's like this, sir. I think let's get back to Troy and me,
Okay,
right?
sure.
That's a person that was in touch
Yes,
with,
with the
with
community
the community,
and
what
the
was going on.
culture.
Right,
But that's a difference.
right,
He's in touch with the community
right.
and the culture
And
of music and
and
production.
another thing is that when you put hard work in, the money
Yeah.
comes naturally.
Yeah.
So the money's gonna come regardless of the fact because you got a good product,
Mhm.
right? But the problem I see with promoters, they're looking at numbers. It's a numbers game.
Mhm.
How many
How
people I can
many
get
people?
together at this
Yeah.
venue?
Yeah.
You know, they're not looking at it saying, okay, well, if I'm in this area, who is the biggest DJ? Who is the biggest artist in this area?
Let me ask you a question. When was the last time I remember? I remember it clear as day. The last time it was for me. When was the last time you seen or heard of somebody come to a party or an event and say that they're the fire marshal and they are concerned about the amount of people in the event? When's the last time that's happened? When's the last time you heard that?
I couldn't even remember that.
Bro, the last time I've heard that is 1999, bro.
What was that to?
Damn sure rap.
Okay.
1999
I hope it
was
wasn't one of
the
the New Year.
last
I hope it wasn't one of
time
these New Year's
I've
Eve nights.
heard maybe the early 2000s, maybe. But I'm gonna say 1999. Davishire Rack was the last time I've heard. Oh, and was there at a fire marshal showed up to say, "Yo, you got a fucking ass load of people in there." Like,
Yeah.
uh,
They ain't getting another beer for that these days.
no, no. There's
No.
no party getting that around. So when it comes on to promoters worrying about the numbers, man, we're not doing what we was doing there
No.
years back. That's bringing these type of people.
I think it's become more business
Mm-hmm.
than to say business and part ego,
There you go.
right? Right? Because it's like, oh yeah, it's me putting on this party. It's
Mm-hmm.
not, hold on, let me talk to the DJs, let me talk to, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you can't keep it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna make money if you keep it for yourself. And even with the whole promotion thing, if you're not pushing somebody,
Right. Yeah, I do see it being a problem if you're not really, pushing or going for somebody, whether it be a DJ, artist, or
right?
a person of influence of some sort. And do see a lot of promoters going that route now. So I commend them on that.
But let me give you this one,
Mm-hmm.
right? Before, back in the day, we used to go to the parties because of the songs, not the promoter.
Yes. Yes.
So
yes.
then it became the promoter,
yes,
and not the song.
Yeah.
That's where it came from, where it's like, hey, I don't want you clash. I want you play. I want you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just want to have a nice party.
Yes.
I don't want to hear no Gaza.
Yeah.
I want to hear no gully side. Right? Right? It's too rough. Right? And then it got to a point where trap came.
Yes.
So trap made dancehall sort of watered down.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that now it's the venue that's more the venue and the timing that makes the difference.
Makes the difference. Yeah, I can agree with that definitely. And case in point, last weekend. What's on this weekend?
Oof. Hold on.
Nancy
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one. That's the one thing on this weekend, right? What else is on this weekend?
Nothing.
What was on last weekend?
Last thing.
You're lying. You had boxing, Filipino, fucking salsa, fucking
Aldi Rack.
Alti Rack. You got fucking stars. This place is booked out. That place is booked. Boy, it was so many fucking. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit's holiday or no holiday. What the fuck is wrong with? Why can't we spread out these events to have more options throughout? We wait till the holiday to say,
and everybody
we're
wants
gonna have this. Everybody wants to have a party, and then you want everybody to show up.
Right.
Brother, yeah.
See, the promoters think about it, right? In other, let's say, white people from DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Yes.
So a lot of promoters, they're more on a caliber,
bro.
more of a caliber.
I love that. I love the way that they operate out there, bro. In the DMV, bro. The
DC, Maryland,
Virginia area.
But they have like an event calendar.
Eventbrite. I just Eventbrite the entire fucking Eventbrite, DMV, anywhere in that area.
Yeah.
And you can guarantee although they have a handful of DJs who are like top notch, and at every big party, you know they're gonna be there. You know they're gonna show up, and you can go to any one of them states and guarantee it's organized. A good time. It's organized. Not one place is gonna have a party, whilst the other one is having a party.
That's what we need. I always say that.
I mean, we've come to the case where we now have social media, right? To where people are able to put up the flyer, to say that they're having this event or that event. There are cases where some promoters don't even know that somebody else is having something.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? What else was it last weekend? The Teen Awards. You got what I'm saying?
I didn't even hear about
the Outstanding Teen Awards. Then you have so then you got to think about the dynamic of people and the culture of people who are going to these other events, track events you're having, fucking field hockey and rugby events.
Yeah,
you got to think the dynamic of the people who are going to these events. You got a big fight at Dockyard. You got a fucking Fantasy Island going on, blowing up. Fantasy Island. Henry VIII taking up. It was so much happening last weekend, bro. So much, and then this weekend, I'm gonna go sit at Parlerville Car Park and listen to Lady G and Sister Nancy. Much respect. That's gonna be a big fucking show. But suppose I wanted to Fantasy Island and fucking party it up this weekend.
Right.
Fantasy Island was the final. Yeah, it's the final Fantasy Island. So it was put on by Party People. Big shout out going out to Party People. Like,
shout out to Party People.
No, they're not having it no more. Euphoria. This is all I'm gonna say right now. All I'm saying is Euphoria. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. If you're not at Euphoria, that's it. So big shout out going out to Party People. Euphoria is one you don't want to miss. Euphoria and Glue. Bruh.
So my question is to you.
Sure.
Venues.
Oh yeah.
Do you think? Do you think? This is the question. I think this is the question of the week.
That's right. I have my opinion.
I know a certain gentleman that asked this question, right? And do you think that we're having the events at the right venues?
To be having
that's a good, but the venues that we do have.
All right.
I mean,
so there is I cannot answer the question, right? And the reason why I cannot answer the question is because there are certain venues on this island that will be perfect for certain events. Can we get them? No. Why not? How much money you want to rent out Tobacco Bay?
Oh my gosh.
Well, why are you renting Tobacco Bay? Is it a venue?
For a specific party. If you took into consideration, I wanted to have a specific party that suited Tobacco Bay, for example. How much I'm paying to get Tobacco Bay? No, do I really want it?
No.
Then where else I'm gonna go? Shitty ass Shelly Bay. Sorry, Shelly Bay is a great beach. I'm sorry. Shelly Bay is a great fucking beach. It is really good. Shelly Bay is actually believe it or not, concession though. Like Horseshoe Bay, like Nine Beaches, like Nine Beaches is concession though. Horseshoe Bay is concession though, as we knew. Tobacco Bay, as we knew. Um, uh, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
there are certain beaches and parks that are actually concession though, which is neither here nor there. But trying to get liquor license to do something
Yeah.
there, a sound permit, because I don't know if you know now, there's a sound permit,
Yeah, noise permit.
noise permit.
Yeah, that's
requirement for-
been in.
right. So your noise permit, your obviously your security,
Mhm.
and then if you don't have your inbox,
Yep.
then you need at least two of the top DJs to bring the people in. Then you need to promote it. Then you need to. I mean, in terms of the venue in itself, I think the problem is the venue holders are not being reasonable with the promoters and those wanting to do events.
So this is my question again. How do we make this a tourist product? If
A tourist product.
if we can't, if we have to jump through
Well,
all
see,
these hoops.
that's a completely different ball game. And when you start saying stuff like that to me, I sort of think differently in terms of not all these. Let me tell you something. I'm in town every day,
Right.
and not all the tourists that I see want to party.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean?
But meaning promoters, even promoters have to.
Right. So
Have to-
now here's the thing.
Right.
Again, I'm gonna speak on something that is in the works that I don't want to let too much out until it's ready to go. But there are a handful. When I say a handful, there's probably three promoters, maybe four promoters on this island who are now looking to do interactive events, engaging events, as opposed to party.
Right, right.
Now, these interactive events do involve partying, they involve drinking, they may involve other things that people might like to do. So, but outside of that, we have to come out of the mindset as promoters that this is all we're trying to attract, because you're gonna lose every time trying to sell just liquor.
Right.
And a DJ who can't play for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Let's be real. If you're gonna lose, the DJ can't play for 4 hours. There's not many DJs on this island who can play for 4 hours straight, bro. Am I lying? Am I lying?
Well, it comes with the versatility, like you said.
Thank you. Yes, I agree
It
with
comes
that.
with the versatility.
Yeah. So that's what I stand in terms of that. I have my reservations, but I also I feel
I just think with the promotion side, they need to be more creative,
Mhm.
because let's say the R&B thing came,
Mhm.
right? Everybody jumped on the R&B thing,
It's
right?
always I feel like it's always been a thing, but it's just like the reason I made this podcast
Right.
as a platform to be able to speak my mind, and nobody has created a platform for somebody to just play R&B fucking music that every girl singing in their shower,
Right.
every girl's fucking crying to every night over some nigga that
Right.
fucked up. Like nobody's created the platform to
Right.
do that.
What are you doing different? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I mean, you can play R&B or you can play what? What are you doing different? What are you mixing the DJs that's put this guy that never played with,
Mhm.
you know? I mean, it was same thing like the Snooker Park. I played EDM,
Okay.
right? And I was like this close to saying, you know what? Maybe at EDM we make way more music than playing dancehall. You know, way more money.
Money.
Like a guy like Ed Sheeran will make $500 a gig. Ed Sheeran, the artist, well, artist slash he's a DJ, right? These guys go and rent a whole farm and have a whole party at the farm for the weekend.
Real raves,
Real raves, yeah.
Yeah.
So right. So I I remember playing Snooker Park, and the guy was it's called Metal Militia, and certain people were able to get that music from him, the remixes and stuff. And he was like, "Yo, how you get that?" And I was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "So it's like once you venture into certain things, you get deep into it, and then it's like it becomes a part of."
Studying your craft is definitely an asset.
Yeah, it's
in
not the
in
top
the
10, top
DJ.
40. Being a top 40
Yeah,
DJ.
yeah, it's way different. It's way different than knowing, right? Because we discussed this before we even went live, and I want to put it into a perspective that there are some DJs who take the hobby of DJing too far.
Yeah.
Like you're getting too serious, bro. And you're not even studying your craft, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's this ain't your full time job, right? For some people, right? But they take it so serious when somebody else does it for fun, but still is good at it and is able to make money from
Right.
it.
Well, I want to say the whole Bermuda industry in Bermuda is, how could I say, people are not supporting each other. I might not like you.
Mm,
It's not, and a lot of times
mm,
I might not like you. It's not as a person. It's because you're, I feel that you're stepping on my toes, right? Instead of saying, hey, you know what? Let's compete, but let's compete together. Let's compete. Let's do something together and
yes.
say, and controversy sells. So on the fact that if I'm thinking that you're better than me, or I'm better than you, well, let's give it to the crowd. Let's let the crowd.
Yeah.
And those are the people that
Yeah.
should be deciding.
Yeah.
And if you don't win, or if you ain't up to par, go and
Yeah,
practice and
it's
come
the
back up.
amount of work that you put into doing something, right? Day in, day out. This prime example, this podcast. What you do day in, day out, you show up at Wooders, and you're not gonna show up at Wooders with the lame ass,
No,
whack ass, boring ass music that nobody wants to
I
hear.
don't learn like every other day.
You know what I mean? So there's an expectation,
Right.
right? And if somebody wants to be competitive, they have to one meet your expectation and try to exceed your expectation. That's how I look at it.
Right.
In a competitive world, I do have an ego that feels that I am at a certain level.
Right.
And if anybody who wants to say I'm better than, listen, exceed my expectation, you're doing you. That's you. I don't know where I'm at, but at this, you know what I mean? Understanding where you're at, but studying what it is that you're doing to perfect it for why you're doing it. Like,
Well,
right?
I feel, and let me be honest with you. Let's get into this old school,
Mm.
which is something that everybody know. I think old school, especially old school reggae,
Hmm.
it's just like if anything, it's old school music still putting out, but nobody wants to sit up there for hours and hours and on their laptop and put files, so they get comfortable.
Hmm.
So old school is not transitioning like it needs to,
Mm.
because there's still good music
Yes.
being made,
Yes. Hmm.
right? Then let's say it goes back to the promoters. If the promoters still have that old school mentality, who they're gonna bring in?
Hmm.
They're gonna bring in the people that they feel
They feel boy,
right. So
that
now you
crowd
see
back
where it's
there.
going to,
So yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
now when who's your target audience? Well,
Mm.
maybe that target audience ain't even there anymore.
So
Or
I think we need to sort of limit them now to certain. We do need to limit them, and we need to limit who puts them on. I don't think I. I rate. I'll be quite honest. I honestly rate Joyride. I rate it because of the
They have a target audience.
right. and the journey that it's going on, and the way that it just is consistent.
Yeah.
Right. So I rate it, and the fact that it's not every month, it's once a quarter.
Right.
Man, I rate it. Um, you know what else I rate? But last year he done it too much. Um, and I hope this year is not as much as last year. Ruster's new service cruise. Fucking rate it. No fun. No fun. You put your phone fucking away. You got caught with your phone. You're fucking off the boat. You locked up. You're fucking no phone. No service. No service. You got on that boat and you have the time of your fucking
But that's creativity. See.
Yes.
That's the thing. Like these,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have your phone out
no
and
friend
on the dance floor. Yeah.
no friend, like basically it's no friend.
Yeah.
No
Right.
friend in the club. Because if you look at it now, like I was watching a couple Black Coffee sets. Everybody is this
Fans.
Well, see, there's several parties that they have are organized, and plus they have their own camera crew,
Yeah.
and a lot like it's organized.
Yeah. I think like when it comes down to events in general, the promoters, the DJs, the performers, everybody needs to sort of understand the rule and play it to the best of their ability, right? But at the same time, we're Bermudian. Of course, we're gonna fucking critique every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of course, so it's gonna be somebody that's not gonna like something. It's
Yeah.
too hot. It's too cold. My drink wasn't made right. It costs too much to get in. Drinks cost too much. The music's too loud. It's always gonna be. Yeah, it's always gonna
But
be.
but
a
let's
critic.
let's say this, sir. I went to the party. I don't know if you played. I had a good time.
Right? Shit. Do you know how many times I've been out? Yeah, do you know how many times I've been out? I'm not too fucks all clean. Fuck with the DJ. Man, this was you know what? What's that club? They knocked it down. Cafe Cairo? Was it Cafe Cairo? Had the fucking DJ booth in the back and you didn't know who the fuck was playing? Was it? Was it? Wasn't it Cafe Cairo? What club? It was a club on Front Street. I remember Club 40 used to have the DJ booth in the back.
You mean Odyssey? No, Odyssey. You got Odyssey. Odyssey. I remember being in a DJ booth in there.
And, and you can't see who the fuck was
yeah,
in
it was like
who was playing the music. The person never had a fucking drop, never had a fucking dub, nothing.
Yeah.
They were just playing good music. Like
yeah, that sounds like Shy K, yeah.
But there's like
yeah, rest in peace, Shy K.
Yes.
And Kia Fresh.
Yes. Yeah. But those were the types of parties that I do remember going to this. I do remember going into a party where I didn't give a shit who the DJ was.
Right.
You know, who was in there. I didn't care. Just shut
see
up.
back in the city, and that was the venue.
Yeah.
That was the venue where you knew you're gonna have a you
good time.
You bought your bottle.
Yeah.
You bought your bottle.
Yes.
And
big shout out there to my boy Jacko. Me and Jacko used to get on the little 100 lead. On a 100 lead. Imagine my tall ass on a fucking 100 lead. And I got Jacko on the fucking backyard. Hey, we're getting up the red fucking whole ass. Yes, I ain't lying to you. 100 lead.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They don't really fucking days. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. But I think when it comes down to promoting, as Bermudians, right, the criticism needs to sort of dwindle down some, right? We gotta stop being so harsh on our people.
Yeah.
We're doing something for the community as promoters. They're doing something for
and taking
the
a risk.
culture.
And taking a risk.
Yeah. And people, sometimes don't understand that.
I think with promoters, you have certain people that have ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing was to work. I talked to a promoter this week, and I said, "Hey, I don't have the time to do all of this, but let me help you. Let me help you make your package a little bit. Yeah. Yes, I want some money. I ain't gonna lie for my ideas, but let me
entice the package some more to make sure you get.
I don't even have to play the music. I just know what it takes, and being out there, knowing what it takes is a big thing.
Facts.
And number one is reading your audience.
Right. Facts.
That's the biggest issue.
Do you feel? I'm just going to switch this due to time purposes. Do you feel? And you mentioned knowing your audience, so I'll take you back to on the DJ side of it. Do you feel knowing and understanding your audience would be the reason why local DJs don't play local artists as much as local artists feel they should be today?
Let me be honest. The local artist thing, and I feel that the local artists, they need to sometimes hop on some. If you know it's a hit song, let's say a hit rhythm comes out, jump on that rhythm. Okay, let's go back to Sweet Sass.
Okay,
she jumped on that rhythm, right? And you're gonna play it every time, right?
Yeah.
So I feel that it's not that the local artists are not good. I think just like the DJ has to be creative, I feel that it should be some type of, hey, you know what? This guy just put out a tune. Jump on that beat.
Right.
You know? Right. Instead of you jumping on some Studio One type of beat and saying, yeah, this is my product.
Right.
There's some talented people on this artist.
Yes.
Right? But they need a target audience.
Right.
And who are you trying to put that song to? Because do you want to be the dancehall, or do you want to be
on the radio,
or you want to be up Henry singing for the tourists?
Yes, okay,
right. So first decide on where you want to be as an artist,
right?
Where you want to take it.
Yeah,
that's a part of your craft. After that, then if you want to take it to another level, I feel that you need to get with the right people. You maybe need to get off the island. Maybe you need to be around people, like-minded people.
Yes.
So I want to blame the DJs or the radio stations because due to we only have a small population, like you could be a big artist just in Atlanta and be making bank, and then all of a sudden somebody in New York hears you. Right? That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So and then being an artist, look what you're up against. Let's think about it. If you was an artist and you start making money, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I have this conversation and I don't draw a conclusion when it comes down to the artistry and what the artist puts in, because each artist is different, right? And so we also discuss what, like you said, what is the end goal for that artist? There are artists out there who are going to the recording studio and we may never heard a song.
That's true.
But they listen to it every day.
You have guys that make beats. You have guys that make beats.
The whole circle knows the song. And there's the whole album.
Yeah.
And they ain't even putting off a note, but it's just for them. It's just for that circle. It's just for that mindset of people who do that type of thing. And so I always like to, when we have these types of conversations, I always like to draw reference to the versatility of artists who make up this whole music industry, right? I don't want to categorize dancehall artists who are saying that DJs don't play their music, rap artists who are saying that these DJs are not playing their music, even on the radio, even on that little Instagram show or their little live or whatever it is, that's still not playing their music or whatever the case may be. I can't speak for them or that DJ, but I just think that we need to look at the entire.
My biggest thing as an artist, and not even gonna say reggae or whatever.
Yeah.
Are you reinvesting in yourself? See, that's a big thing, right? Straight from it being a DJ,
right?
Like you show up and I don't have a mic, or I don't have headphones. Come on, like you just done 10 gigs. know what that is? Right? So I feel that exactly, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So with the artist, it's like if you're that artist and you want to be that, well, go where
Invest
because
in yourself.
come on, we don't really have a culture in a sense.
Right. And
So
it's been said. It's been said. It's safe for me now because I got tagged. I was tagged in it, so it's safe for me to say, and I can agree with what my brethren said in terms of Bermudian artists having their own song and making a song. What song do we have?
no,
What
we don't.
song?
We don't.
What song do we have, bro?
Exactly.
What song? You guys out here making beats? Cool, that's all fine and dandy. But there's a beat somebody's probably already heard before. It's not a drum, fucking kick, fucking snare, fucking flute. It ain't a fucking chord that has not been played on any song before.
I mean,
And I'm just being realistic, right? Because artists, for the most part, most kick fucking rocks, they blame everybody else for not doing their part, right? It's just like a DJ. You want a following, you gotta play.
right. You gotta work. You gotta
You know
work.
what I mean? You gotta put in that work. You gotta study your music. Know what fucking mix sounds nice. Practice your fucking mixing. You know what I mean? It's all a part.
I mean,
of
if I was an artist, I'd be walking around for flash drives with my music.
yeah,
I would be walking around for flash drive.
yeah.
Number two is like I would pushing my stuff on iTunes. I would be pushing my stuff. And back in when I stayed in Baltimore, they had like a pre-production studio. So you would go there and they would take you talent shares, and you would go there and practice.
Right.
If you're a DJ, you practice. If you're an artist, you practice.
Yeah.
So when they take you to these shares, there's nothing like that.
Yeah.
So basically, you're doing it. You're on.
Do you think we should have something like that?
If you had a pre-production studio, I think somebody that would tell you that.
Do you think we should have one?
I think we should.
What do you consider a
Pre-production studio is basically, if it's pre-production, what they'll do is take an artist. Say you like we will have them in neighborhoods where you go to this guy,
like a creative space.
Yeah, a creative space.
We ain't even that.
Right.
We're not even gonna, but I ain't even gonna lie to you. We ain't gonna get into talking about what we're dealing with when it comes to creative space. We knew, I knew.
Right.
But we know what it.
Right.
But I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Right. I mean,
but you've had the opportunity to experience that, right?
Right.
Which is fucking phenomenal because that's what we need.
And and now getting back to what you said about the majorettes.
Yeah.
When you go pre-production, you compete.
Yeah.
Right. It's not no. Oh well, we're just gonna go on her, and that was nice. You are going to compete.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're a DJ, it's competitive. If you're an artist, if you're a dancer, whatever you do, it's competitive. You know what I'm saying?
That's understandable. It's respectable too, because it allows you to humble yourself, and it allows you to figure out that, or make you know that you need to do better or be better at something.
Right, and that's number one problem. You can't tell people that.
Hey, no, it's not something you can really take to somebody that a little work. I mean, me, I'll speak for myself. I would probably pull somebody aside. Now, I only do it to people who I know. People who I don't know, I do critique, but I don't shun. Like, I'm not gonna come down bad on this person for trying. I'll have my notes in my head if I knew who they were and I was able to speak to them on the side. Now, maybe I'll say something. But if I know you and I know you flopped doing this, like, bro, you was holding the mic wrong. Bro, I couldn't even hear you in the back. You were whispering. You know, shit like that.
Right. I mean, every artist, every DJ, it should be, it should be levels to it. Where it's like,
at the same time, and I think this was mentioned some weeks back, is that even if an artist was to come to me and say, "Hey, can you play my song?" Let's say the song's fucking lit, song's wicked, something you would play. You play the song, go out with us, you play the song, Girl comes to you, says, "This song's got me in my feelings. Where can I get this song from? Where you sending us to get this song?
You're not.
Where you sending us to get this song? Song's fucking lit, dude. But where you sending us to get this song?"
Hey, but you want to know how easy it is to put your stuff on?
So there's the problem. That's also a problem as a DJ that a lot of DJs face in terms of playing these people's music, these artists' music. It's that I'm gave you my flash drive, but that's it. Y'all got my flash drive. I'm got my flash drive. The song ain't going on iTunes. It ain't going Spotify. It ain't going YouTube. It ain't going Instagram. It ain't going shit. I can't find the song nowhere besides for this DJ.
But I give you this one. I've been in yard. Shout out to Singer J, right? He came there in the morning. He's put a song. We jumped on a rhythm, right? The song's done. By the afternoon, that song is on the radio. So I'm going to ask you, is Bermudan artists hungry enough, or do they need more resources?
Because the mandate on a radio station in Bermuda is to play 20% Bermuda artists.
Right. So,
how many?
Are you hungry enough?
There you go, bro.
That's not a question for me to ask.
Are you hungry enough?
It's honestly not a question for me to answer, and it is a fucking phenomenal question because you are absolutely right, my boy. Do you have what it takes to put in the work to hear somebody tell you no? Because sometimes that's going to be the answer you can get.
No. Do you have the attitude your shit is ass?
Thank you.
Yeah. Right? It's ass.
I know that your shit is just trash. Just put it in the garbage. Send it times big.
And I'm not saying every single song is trash.
No, right. But this song, Back.
And not put it back. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's some great ideas in there.
I can appreciate the lyrics, but the organization of this song is trash.
Yeah.
That is what it is. Listen, since we're on this, I'm gonna slow us right down, which only means that you're gonna come back, bro. That only means you're gonna come back. Since we're on this topic, I cannot go any further without shouting out my boy Alex A Game. So big shout out to you. If you guys saw our promo for this show, Alex's song is playing in the background. The song is called More Life, and it is available on all platforms. And I made sure to make sure that the song was available on all platforms before I even posted it anywhere. So right now it is running on our notes on our IG. I have it on my IG. And we obviously used it as our program. We'll probably be using it for a little bit. So big shout out to Alex again. Thank you. The song is fire.
So I'm gonna say something, right? Co-sign it. If y'all don't get the artist, you want to send it to us. But we can't be ideas. Because there's caveats.
Go ahead.
Your shit has to be on at least 3 different
platforms.
As a challenge.
I would co-sign it only because at the same time we are responsible for Sermon Sundays. So that's just a given, right? I'll honestly say we are responsible for Sermon Sundays along with Team No Sleep PDA. And so I don't tend to go looking for artists. And at this point, anybody who has seen a Sermon Sunday, you're gonna want to hit me up. You're gonna want to hit me up by next week. It's this industry is just gonna see a spark and a stir in the pot, which is why I'm glad we were able to have this conversation. Which is why I'm glad that we're still on the topic of creativity, artists, music, DJs, and just the local industry as it is as a whole. I think that we're shying away from having these types of conversations. So, bro, I honestly want to thank you for coming through and having this conversation.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, bro. You definitely got to come back. This is not the end of this conversation. We will pick it back up. and dive deeper into some more shit in terms of how you feel about the industry and the direction that it's heading. Anything you want to say before we leave, and anybody you want to shout out?
I want to shout out to everybody out there trying to make this industry happen.
Mm-hmm.
I want to shout out to people that don't have that ego. It's not taking it personal. Put in the work. Shout out to my boy Sheep. Keep your head up, dude.
That's it.
And Bermuda Sport.
Yeah.
Every time, Mr. Paul.
Yes, sir. He was
Energy.
Yeah, energy. He came in. We had him in there. What, 4 weeks ago? 4 or 5 weeks. 4 or 5 weeks ago. He was in there, adding caveats. So big shout out to my brethren, caveats. Yeah.
And
if you haven't seen that episode, go back and watch it.
Yeah, I want to shout out to you guys too.
That's right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You guys are doing something positive.
Yeah, man.
You know, I like that. You know what I'm saying? This is what we need.
Definitely.
You know, give each other a strength.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, and Capsize. You need a bucket? You need a bucket?
I ain't gonna lie. I nice do this one. Right, you're trying to bail out. Right. All right, listen. If you have not poured yourself a drink by now, you're late. You missed it. I got one big shout out going out to Capsize. Thank you very much for allowing us the opportunity to taste these beverages. They are delicious. Mike slumped over for the record. But it is get yourself some Capsize. Definitely check them out on IG. It's at Capsize Drink. All right. Big shout out going out to my boy Detroit. What up, though? You're not in the building tonight. And of course, big shout out going out to the UCS family. Thank you for having us here. One big shout out going out to Nocturnal. Thank you for facilitating this whole situation. I have to say a big thank you going out to the TNSBDA, that's Team No Sleep BDA team. We hit the streets yesterday, Harbor Night, with the Capsize, and I got out and I got the chance to ask some riddles and some questions, right? Bro, I was stomping them. I was stomping them. So, I am. I'm actually we're gonna post that up on our IG as well, and that's a collaboration with Capsize because they sponsored that whole situation of us down at Harbor Night. We'll be at Harbor Night with them again next week, asking more questions. So come out, come try the Capsize drink, and come just test your knowledge, your IQ on certain things. And so I do too, bro. I'm been stomping on, but I give you clues, so I help you out getting it. I think that was it. Big shout out going out to the Familia. And yeah, we booked for June. We are booked for June. Solid booked for June. I'm not even gonna say who's next week. You have to go to our IG to find out who's coming up next week and the week. Wait. Because this is May, right? Yeah, this is May. Shit. Okay, yeah. So June's fully done. June is fully fucking booked up. Don't miss any episodes. Come June. Carnival. We got a carnival conversation. We've got more music conversation. We have a carnival conversation coming up, and yeah. So. It's definitely a lot that's going on. Also, Sermon Sundays will be soon posted on our page, on our YouTube page. I know a lot of people watch them on our Instagram page, but for our YouTube followers, we'll be posting Sermon Sundays on our YouTube page, possibly as shorts, so you can watch those and like and subscribe to that as well. All right. Outside of that, we out. Be safe, because you all be doing the most on these goddamn streets. The absolute fucking most on these streets. Last weekend. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about last
madness.
weekend. I don't want to talk about last weekend. Because remember, I already went off on how many parties happened last weekend compared to how many parties happened this weekend. So let's not talk about the amount of stupidity that took place on the road. Where were you going?
What was that?
I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Peace.
Peace. That's all.
Yes, guys.